So, what makes a leader in today's world? Many of us carry the image of Steve Jobs and Angelina Jolie, who are two individuals well known internationally. They're pictured as these confident, brave, and outspoken individuals that are known as leaders. Yes, they are leaders, but why is it that we have one general definition of the word leadership? We've created this idea of leadership only belonging to a specific group of people. Now, how many of you are comfortable with the idea of truly calling yourself a leader? Just raise your hand, and it's totally fine if you're not comfortable with that idea. See, not all of us truly believe we are a leader, and maybe that's because of a number of reasons, such as, why is it that society tends to view leadership as someone that is popular and fighting for a well-known reason? What if we thought that leaders aren't just confident, brave, and outspoken, but leaders are quiet and sensitive as well? I've been to many leadership training conferences, and what I was taught was to be like one of those famous figures. Bravery and confidence are important qualities to have, but not everyone has them. Don't get me wrong. The leadership training conferences were amazing, but I started to continuously think about why topics such as body language and effective communication were taught at every event. It seemed as if all of these leadership programs were based off of the successful ones, and not people like us, people that just want to strive to do great things in their everyday, ordinary lives. Everyone seemed to be focused on the one prevalent definition of leadership, but nobody seemed to be talking about the other types of leaders. And by other types, I mean the quiet leaders, the ones that want to be leaders but are held back by society's conception of leadership, the confused ones that try to break out of the trend of being a follower. What was being implied upon during all these conferences were how to become a leader and gain these leadership qualities. But the question that I seemed to focus on was, why is leadership being kept underneath one universal definition? Why not talk about the other types of leaders? As I thought about this, I realized that everyone was a leader in their very own special way. One leader may be outspoken, and the other quiet, and both of them may be striving for different goals, but what links all leaders together is passion. Passion to achieve their goals. So, where exactly do we all fit in as leaders? Are we the loud ones or the quiet ones? Are we the confident ones or the not so confident ones? Are we the ones fighting for goals that sound familiar or goals that sound not so familiar? It seemed as if all of these leadership training events wanted to morph us all into the same leader, but that wasn't me. I wanted to be my own leader. I wanted to achieve different goals. I wanted to be unique. For example, I'm speaking in the same room where I gave a speech last year. I hosted a Middle Eastern and South Asian cultural night through the help of my teachers and the principal. I remember being a bit nervous talking in front of everyone about my personal story. I wondered if they would like it or not, understand my point of view, or just totally reject everything that would come out of my mouth. Yet, I still went on and talked anyways. My speech was about my parents and I moving here to America as immigrants. I was born and raised in Pakistan, and when we came here, everything was going great, until the devastating event of 9/11. I immediately became insecure of my faith, my skin color, how I spoke English, and how I have had to deal with and still continue to have a battle with Islamophobia. But what I learned was to be the unique one. I learned to fight back with positivity. I started to view life as an open book where opportunities come and go. I started to take risks and became a stronger, better leader, a unique leader, a leader that reflected off of my true character. Now, let me tell you about a leader in this room that only two of you know about, and that leader is my grandmother. My grandmother was a very special person. She was a wonderful person. She recently passed away on September 30th. She was, and still continues to be, my role model. You see, my grandmother knew how to spread love. Anywhere she went, she was immediately embraced with the positive aura around her, and so were the other people. She taught us how to spread love, and that was her mission. She was what held our huge family together. Since my cousins and I were all living in other countries and she was in Pakistan, she always called us and loved to talk to us. She never got tired of listening to us. She showed us that love is the way to start off anything, regardless of the situation. Hatred is heavy to hold on to, and that with love, we will see the things that we could have never ever seen, the beautiful things that we could have missed. With love, we can be greater human beings and greater leaders. Now, why is it that we focus on famous leaders? What about the leaders that come from places that are foreign to us? The ones whose tongues utter a language unknown to us? The ones who fight for goals that are unfamiliar to us? Let's talk about a woman named Sharmeen Obey Chinoy. Sharmeen is a Pakistani journalist, filmmaker, and activist. She has won 2 Oscars for her documentaries Saving Face and A Girl in the River, The Price of Forgiveness. Sharmeen raised awareness to 2 critical issues. Her documentary Saving Face was about acid attacks in Pakistan, and her other documentary, A Girl in the River, The Price of Forgiveness, was about honor killings in Pakistan. Sharmeen decided to take the position of going in charge. She shows us that if we fight for what we believe in and we work hard enough, we can show the world what needs to be learned. Leadership is fighting terrorism. It's fighting for the right for education and the fight against poverty. But leadership also hits close to home. For us, it's gaining points on a scoreboard by passing a test or simply just standing up for what you truly believe is right. Leadership is diversity as well. It's a beautiful mix of cultures, religions, languages, etc. It is not just confined to the English language. It also contains the majestic accents of various languages too. So, is being a leader really being this person that everyone needs to recognize? Or is it just being yourself and letting your qualities create you into the leader you're supposed to be? Well, be who you are, stand up, speak loud, or silently make your way through your actions. Be the unique one. After all, you are a leader too.